Okay, Dan, are you okay with me uploading this to like public places?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome, that's gonna be great news. All right, I'm gonna ideally go to YouTube or to any social proof or social media that, or maybe even my website as well for again social proof. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Hopefully, I should say good enough things to make you want to listen to that. So,
I'm sure you'll do fine. We'll do fine.
Mm.
Okay, so Dan, absolute pleasure to have you here today. We've had a beautiful session in my eyes. What have you gained from our session there? And then we'll move into a little bit of a testimonial.
oh, great question. Well, this session we've just had has really challenged me about the urgency to which I can get stuff done. I think it helps. You really help me break down what seems like a large task ahead of me, and there's hundreds of steps to be taken, but you've broken down and helped me like realize actually this is a week and a half's worth of work, but it feels a lot heavier on my shoulders and overwhelming. So I think that's the first thing that comes to mind is that yeah, you've taken this very overwhelming thing and made it very tangible, very attainable,
We
and
we have made it very
yes. Well,
tangible. I couldn't have done it without
give
any.
yourself some credit, Gary. You did it for me. You helped me get there. But yeah,
Thank you, thank you. It's the old 80/20, right? We brought it down and made
yeah.
it simpler. So
Mm.
Dan, tell someone about your business. Give it a little overview about what it is, and then yeah, give us an
Yeah.
overview of your business.
Yeah, sure. So I run hellomusictheory.com. We are a website that help people learn to read music. We have lots of blog posts on different kind of topics to do with music, learning the instrument, about singers, bands, songs. And then I have a load of resources that I've made, like worksheets to help people practice how to write music and how to read it, and then practice exams, books. And then at the moment, well, actually, just today, I finished my video course, which is me presenting to camera, uh, walking people through as if we were in a one-to-one lesson how to read music. And now we're just talking about today about doing grade 2. But yeah, Gary's really helped me to get this course out the gate. But yeah, that's what we do at Hello Music Theory.
HelloMusicTheory.com. Awesome.
Mm.
And Dan, thank you for doing this because it's not easy, right, to talk off. You don't know what questions I'm going to ask you, right? And you're just talking off the tip of your head. So I appreciate you for taking a couple of minutes. Like I said, about 5-10 minutes. A couple more questions. Dan, with that
No worries.
overview of the business, kind of one thing I'm maybe directing your answer here, but what was one thing you thought about before coaching that maybe something you weren't doing that now you're more than likely doing? And what challenges or challenge did you have before
Mm.
your coaching? Our coaching.
Yeah, I had some coaching back 4 years ago now in the middle of COVID's lockdowns here in the UK. They were pretty brutal, and it was yeah. I found a coach who was amazing. She really helped me kind of get out of a rut that I was kind of feeling of just kind of business was going okay, it was going fine, but I didn't feel like I was kind of just stuck and wanted to grow but didn't know how, and it really helped me. And our sessions ended, and but I thought I kind of reached a similar place now where business was going well, but not to the extent that I wanted it to go, and I kind of got a bit comfortable and a bit
Mm.
lethargic in a way with business. It was kind of I thankfully managed to build a team over the last year, and they kind of worked a bit, but I didn't feel stretched or challenged. And I wanted to have goals, bigger goals for myself, and so a friend kindly recommended Gary, and we've had some great sessions now, and I feel like I have more purpose in my work, like more urgency.
Flagship offer, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Something that you keep putting off for them 4 years.
Yes, I know I should have done it much sooner,
Yeah.
but got there in the end. But yeah, it's definitely helped to
Yeah.
get that urgency back. Just have a goal and to strive towards it, and then have someone to unpack why it's going wrong or to celebrate when you get there. And it's been yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I'd done it a lot sooner, and I will not stop doing it now.
You're
So
doing
yeah,
it now. You're doing it now. And two things on that. One, your other coaches mentioned tried to reach out to them, right? They unfortunately don't do it anymore. And I recommend to anyone listening, if you don't work with me, get someone's help. That's someone that you think could help you. And the other one, your way of celebrating, Dan, is if it's champagne or if it's having a little surprise in the fridge or something to keep you a little motivated. if you talk about your flagship offer, Dan, and we talked about accountability, we haven't talked about accountability. How big of a purpose is you to get your flagship? You know, you talk about being comfortable. We're working on grade 1. It goes through grade 5, and Dan wants to, you know, this if Dan finishes grade 5, which I believe he will do. This is going to be his flagship offer for his music theory business. Is that right? Music theory business.
Yeah.
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 So, how was the accountability being for you to move towards getting to your flagship offer of finishing the 5, the thing you knew you needed to do a long time ago, but only really get to do now with the accountability? How valuable has that been?
Oh, it's been invaluable. I
Right, full stop.
bought,
Right,
yeah,
that's it.
invaluable. I bought the domain name and started this business as a side project in 2014, so almost 10 years ago. So, and my first thought of doing it was to make these video courses. That was my vision for the business. I had a go at it in 2020 and did it very badly, but then didn't ever continue. And every year, my goal, when I've set them in the new year or maybe at the end of a quarter, and I've said, what am I going to do next quarter? I've set the goal of film these videos. They're all in my Notion, stored on my goals, and none of them are ever ticked off. And in the next, since I started having coaching back in November with Gary, so only 2 months ago, I've managed to get it together, and we filmed and finished grade 1, something that I've been trying to do for years. So that I'd say a big part of that though is due to the accountability, knowing it sounds so silly, but like knowing that you're going to jump on a call with someone who's going to ask you, did you do the thing you said you were going to do?
Yeah.
Is, like I said, invaluable. Just such a simple thing, but worth it.
Awesome. It is worth it, right? Talk about worth it. Have you had a result or a tangible result within them 2 months that you talked about there?
Yeah. First one is getting an actual finishing my course is the big one. But in the first few sessions we had, it was around Black Friday, and I was figuring out what offer I was going to send to my email list. Gary helped me set like my expectations. I think it tripled my expectations of what I thought we could do. And yes, exactly. Yes.
And then 3,000 best just for this one part of your business, just for this
one offer. And I think if I hadn't had that conversation, I would have sent one email, maybe made $500 or something. But
that was actually a good point there, Dan. It's that we broke that down into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're going to have this type of systems that get sent out, and it's just to refresh the people in your mind. And it's very interesting that you're in this business where it's emails and getting people to follow up, or if it's ads and that type of stuff. But there's still the same things in other businesses. Just need to find them. If it's calling or text messaging or whatever it is, it's going to be the same thing. Now, we're going to wrap up in a moment. Have you seen personal growth in yourself, in your leadership as an owner, as a manager, or whatever you want to call it, or even in your life? Have you seen any personal development?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Starting to think of it off the top of my head, but just it's given me a real drive to be better, not only in the business and ship some more products, but I'm eating much better, and watching what I just how I take care of myself.
You're leading better, right? You become a better manager. You've started to organize and make contact and get daily reports, and
exactly. Yeah, I definitely put on. I'm not the best at managing. It's definitely not something that I was born to do, but it's really helped to be able to talk about issues with the team with Gary, and not that you specifically give advice, but you just help me work through kind of issues that we're facing, and it's been really good just to get back on top of that as well.
Beautiful, thank you, Dan. Last thing, I think I asked ChatGPT for this one.
Okay.
It is going to be a little bit off the top of your head, but where do you see, or how would you have envisioned your business if we never got coaching, or you never got coaching?
Yeah, if we hadn't started these calls
with each other, do you think
I mean, it was this time last year that I bought all the camera gear and set the studio up, and it sat
Nice.
dormant for a while. Yeah, I've got the lights; they're not on the moment, but the lights behind me. But it sat dormant for 11 months, and I think it would still be dormant if we hadn't started these calls. I mean, maybe I'd done a few videos, but I certainly wouldn't have found an editor and have it finished. Actually, finished it today, just a few hours before our call today. So that definitely wouldn't be the case. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll watch this space, and I'll see when I can get the rest of them done and have a
Awesome. So Dan bought a bottle of champagne to reward himself for finishing grade 1. In the past, he bought himself a beautiful Land Rover to reward himself. Forget what it was for you to reward yourself with. Next on the agenda seems to be getting a beautiful house.
Oh yeah, that's definitely up there. Yeah, we'd love to have a kind of the forever home. At the moment, we love this house. We're very blessed to have it, but it's not quite big enough for a growing family. So yeah, if all goes well, we can level up our house one day, which would be great.
And I hope through our sessions there's not going to be any more questions now, but I hope through our sessions that I've helped you connect to that purpose that you talked about and have that drive and be excited for getting to the end of your projects and this flagship offer that you want to create. I hope there's been some joy and excitement and definitely been some ups and downs in terms of, right? I mean, touch on that real quick. I'm going to touch on it real quick. Is that you plan to get this in 2 weeks, and then what happens? This happens and that happens, and there's a lot of examples.
Yeah,
what happens? Yeah, and that's going to be the same for any client journey that they have. Is they're going to plan for something's going to come in their way, and they can say, well, I can quit here, or I can say, oh, I'll do it again on Thursday. I'll start again.
Yeah.
That it is a pleasure coaching you. I've enjoyed the growth. You've taught me a lot of lessons. You've taught me about how to operate a business or how to learn about business or even how to start to market or start to email. There's so much different avenues you've taught me as well. And I appreciate the time we spent together each week. And I love seeing the growth. And I can't wait to see that kind of Lego metaphor I gave you off on our session before our call. I can't wait to see this beautiful masterpiece you're creating here. And I'm happy, proud, grateful to be part of the journey. I hope to be part of whoever's listening to this journey right now as well. Dan, thank you for having a session. I'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, Gary. It's been great. Having coaching from you.
Great.